Music mogul Sean Diddy Combs has been arrested by federal agents at a hotel here in New York City.
Combs
had been living there for several weeks. A person with knowledge
We
of
are
the
getting some
investigation
breaking
told
news right there. ABC News has just confirmed that Sean Diddy Combs was arrested tonight in New York City.
On September 16th, world-renowned hip-hop icon Diddy was arrested in the lobby of the Bowery Hotel in Manhattan, New York. But this wasn't the first time U.S. authorities had their eye on him. Back in March, the Department of Homeland Security had already raided Diddy's residences in Los Angeles and Miami. Shockingly, they found large amounts of firearms, illegal addictive drugs, and over 1,000 bottles of baby oil. This baby oil was actually GHB, a type of liquid ecstasy and an illegal substance. In the U.S., Diddy is practically the godfather of hip-hop, even certified by the Guinness World Records as one of the most successful music producers. However, he's now facing multiple federal felony charges. These charges have dragged in several big names from Hollywood and even some political figures. If Diddy is found guilty, it could shake up half of Hollywood. Today, we're diving deep into the Diddy case. Just a heads up, this story is intense, so get ready. Now, if you're familiar with American R&B, you might recognize the name Cassie Ventura. At just 14, Cassie started as a signed model due to her striking looks, but growing up in a musically talented family, she also aimed to make her mark in music. In 2005, at 19, she released the single Me and You, which caught Diddy's attention. He quickly signed her to his label, Bad Boy Records, with a major contract for 10 albums. Imagine a high school graduate with a passion for music suddenly getting the attention of a music mogul like Diddy. This was a dream come true for Cassie. However, the reality turned out to be much harsher, and Cassie paid a heavy price for her dream. With Diddy's support, Cassie quickly rose to fame. In August 2006, she released her self-titled album, Cassie. It sold 321,000 copies in the US, and the lead single, Me and You, reached third place on the Billboard Hot 100 with over 1 million digital downloads. Throughout her 20-year career, Cassie released several iconic songs and even starred in well-known films. In 2007, Cassie and Diddy officially started dating. At the time, Cassie was 21, while Diddy was 38. By then, Diddy had already fathered 6 children with his previous partners. Now, let's be honest. Could any young woman in the music industry resist the attention of such a powerful figure? Cassie and Diddy's relationship lasted for 11 years. The media often reported on their breakups, but each time they'd reconcile and publicly say it was just a fight. However, in 2018, Cassie finally caught Diddy cheating with model Jocelyn Chu in Miami, and that marked the official end of their relationship. Moving on, Cassie began dating her personal trainer, Alex Fine, in 2019. They married in September same year and welcomed their first daughter later that year. In June 2019, when Cassie was pregnant with Alex Fine's child, Diddy openly congratulated them on social media, saying he wished them all nothing but love. People thought Diddy and Cassie had moved on peacefully and wouldn't interfere with each other's lives. But in November 2023, Cassie shocked everyone by filing a lawsuit against Diddy. In this 35-page document, she detailed over a decade of alleged control, abuse, and disturbing behavior from Diddy. Cassie claimed that Diddy would often tear her down while giving her just enough hope, making her feel she wasn't good enough. He highlighted the age and status gap between them, making her believe she couldn't succeed without him, a classic case of manipulation. In her personal life, Cassie says Diddy had uncontrollable anger. If she didn't do what he wanted, he would often become violent. One specific incident Cassie mentioned was from January 2009. Diddy saw Cassie talking to a music agent at a party, and his possessiveness took over. He allegedly lost control, which led to a physical attack so intense that Cassie felt physically sick. Following this, Diddy reportedly kept her confined in a hotel room for a week, preventing anyone from seeing her injuries until they healed. In 2011, Cassie and Diddy's relationship was at a low point. Around that time, she grew close to rapper Kid Cudi. When Diddy looked through her phone and found emails between them, he was enraged, allegedly becoming violent with Cassie and even threatening to blow up Kid Cudi's car. Strangely enough, Kid Cudi's car actually exploded in his driveway not long after. Around March 2016, a drunk Diddy allegedly assaulted Cassie again in a hotel room in Los Angeles. Afterward, when he fell asleep, Cassie tried to sneak out, but Diddy woke up unexpectedly, and they got into another argument in the hotel hallway. This time, Diddy grabbed a glass vase from the hallway and threw it at her. Luckily, Cassie dodged in time, but the vase shattered everywhere. Diddy then reportedly spent $50,000 to buy the hotel's hallway surveillance footage to cover it up. But there were even more disturbing aspects to their relationship. Cassie claimed that Diddy had unusual and unsettling preferences. He would hire male workers to engage in intimate acts with her and watch on the side, sometimes even recording it. He allegedly made her wear white nail polish to contrast with the dark skin of the men he hired, a ritual he referred to as a freak-off. Eventually, these acts became part of her work, as Cassie described it. Diddy also allegedly pressured her to use illegal drugs. Years of this abuse and drug use took a toll on Cassie, and she began to experience memory loss at a young age. Diddy arranged for her to get an MRI brain scan, but the results were sent directly to him, according to her. In September 2018, after a dinner, Cassie tried to end things with Diddy, but he wasn't willing to let her go. She claims he forced his way into her apartment and assaulted her. This twisted cycle continued for over a decade, until Diddy eventually moved on to someone else. When Cassie's lawsuit was first made public, not everyone was on her side. Some people online felt she was just trying to get money from Diddy, calling her a gold digger. They questioned why she would wait so many years to file a lawsuit, thinking it was simply a scheme to drain Diddy financially. Diddy, in response, firmly denied the allegations. Through his lawyer, he released a statement to NBC News, claiming that Cassie had been demanding $30 million from him over the past 6 months. According to Diddy, she threatened to write a tell-all book if he didn't pay up, which he described as pure blackmail. Cassie, however, also had a response. Through her lawyer, she clarified that Diddy had indeed offered her a settlement worth 8 figures, but she refused to accept it. She said her goal was to stand up for all the women who have silently endured pain, and that she hoped her actions would encourage others to come forward. Her courage, she emphasized, was something to be praised, not doubted. In her lawsuit, Cassie explained why she's coming forward against Diddy only now. She said that in the past, she was too young and didn't have the courage to stand up to a powerful music industry figure like him. But there's also a legal reason. On November 24, 2022, the Adult Survivors Act took effect, giving survivors like her a special window to file lawsuits. The Adult Survivors Act, signed by New York Governor Kathy Hochul, allows victims of serious offenses who were over 18 at the time of the incidents and whose cases are otherwise beyond the usual statute of limitations to come forward and file a case in New York within a 1-year period after the law's activation. This law was a turning point for Cassie, giving her the chance to finally tell her story. Just one day after Cassie filed her lawsuit on November 17, 2023, she and Diddy reached a surprising settlement. The terms of this agreement were not disclosed to the public. Following this, skepticism towards Cassie grew among netizens, and Diddy's standing in the music industry seemed largely unaffected. This changed in May 2024 when CNN released a shocking video showing Diddy assaulting Cassie in a hotel hallway. This footage led many to believe that Cassie's allegations might be true. In response, Diddy issued a video apology, expressing hope for God's forgiveness.
I was up. I hit rock bottom, but I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy, and go into rehab. Had to ask God.
But notably not apologizing directly to Cassie. Cassie's lawsuit had a ripple effect. Inspired by her courage or perhaps motivated by the substantial settlement, more victims came forward to expose Diddy's alleged misconduct. In late 2023, Diddy's new album, the Love Album, Off the Grid, received a nomination for Best Progressive R&B Album at the 2024 Grammy Awards. In February 2024, music producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones, who worked on the album, filed a 73-page lawsuit against Diddy. Jones accused Diddy of exerting complete control over him and subjecting him to sexual harassment between August 2022 and November 2023. The lawsuit included numerous photos and surveillance footage screenshots with content even more shocking than Cassie's previous allegations. Jones claimed that Diddy exposed himself in front of him, forced him to watch gay pornography, and stated that such behaviors were normal in the music industry. Additionally, Jones accused Diddy of coercing him into recruiting sex workers and participating in illegal activities. These allegations garnered widespread public attention, further exposing Diddy's alleged conduct within the music industry. One of the most explosive details came from Thanksgiving 2022, when Diddy hosted a small party at his home in Miami, Florida. Jones was present at the party, as well as Diddy's then-girlfriend Young Miami and a few of her cousins. According to Jones, Diddy tried to pressure him into using illegal drugs. Jones refused and went to hide in the bathroom. But soon after, one of Young Miami's cousins burst into the bathroom and attempted to sexually harass him. The entire incident happened in full view of everyone at the party, with people cheering and shouting, while Jones felt humiliated. In his lawsuit, Jones included several photos from that party to support his claims. But the story doesn't end there. Jones also alleged that he witnessed a shooting incident on September 12, 2022, at Diddy's recording studio in Los Angeles. On the day of the incident, Diddy invited several music producers to a creative camp at his recording studio. His son Justin Combs and Justin's friend, known only as G, were also present. Later that evening, Diddy, Justin, and G got into a heated argument, which eventually escalated and moved from the recording studio to the bathroom. Jones was sitting just a meter away when he suddenly heard gunshots coming from inside. Moments later, Diddy and Justin walked out of the bathroom, leaving G on the floor bleeding heavily. Jones immediately signaled for others to call an ambulance and rushed over to apply pressure to G's wound to stop the bleeding. Afterward, Diddy allegedly pressured Jones to lie to the police, instructing him to claim that G had been shot outside the studio by a drive-by shooter. Although the media reported on the shooting, Diddy's name was never mentioned. In his lawsuit, Jones included photos from the scene to support his account. Jones demanded $30 million in damages from Diddy, though he later withdrew certain claims. Diddy's lawyers responded, calling Jones' accusations baseless and full of blatant lies. Recent court documents noted that, despite the shocking nature of the allegations, Jones' lawsuit failed to present a viable case for compensation. Cassie and Jones are not alone. Since November 2023, a wave of lawsuits has been filed against Diddy. Then, on March 25, 2024, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security conducted a major raid on Diddy's mansions in Los Angeles and Miami. Armed agents controlled the scene by land, sea, and air. Helicopters circled overhead, while boats with armed agents patrolled nearby waters. During the raid, Diddy's two sons, Justin Combs and Christian Combs, were briefly detained. At the same time, 54-year-old Diddy was spotted at Miami's Opa-locka Airport. His private jet was intercepted by federal agents on the tarmac as he was preparing to head off on a Caribbean vacation. On the very same day, Diddy's friend, 25-year-old Brandon Powell, was arrested in Miami on charges of possessing illegal substances. 6 months later, on September 16th, Diddy was formally arrested in a Manhattan hotel. The following day, federal prosecutors filed charges against him. This time, the indictment was 14 pages long, accusing Diddy of creating a criminal organization through his diverse business empire. It alleges that members and associates of this network were involved in trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. As expected, Diddy pleaded not guilty to all charges. His lawyer proposed a $50 million bail package, but the judge denied it, citing Diddy as a flight risk. On October 1st, attorney Tony Busby filed lawsuits across multiple states on behalf of 120 victims against Diddy. The alleged incidents span over 3 decades, from 1991 to 2024. Out of the 120 victims, 25 were under the age of 18 at the time of the incidents. Tony Busby revealed that the Diddy case involves many powerful figures and countless dark secrets. Before diving into more details about Diddy and his associates' alleged crimes, let's first take a quick look back at how Diddy's empire rose to power. Understanding this backstory will help explain how this so-called empire managed to stand strong for decades despite these accusations. Diddy's mother, Janice, worked as a teaching assistant, while his father, Melvin, had served in the U.S. Air Force. After leaving the military, Melvin got involved in drug dealing alongside New York's infamous drug lord Frank Lucas. In 1971, when Diddy was only 2, his father was killed in a drug deal gone wrong, mistakenly shot by an associate who thought Melvin was cooperating with the police. Diddy didn't learn the truth about his father's death until much later, and his mother struggled to make ends meet. By the age of 12, Diddy started working odd jobs to help support his family. His academic success eventually led him to Howard University, where he studied business administration, a foundation that would later help him build his empire. During the turbulent 1970s and 1980s, the U.S. was undergoing a major social shift, and black communities faced significant challenges, from racial segregation to government cuts in welfare. Amid this environment, hip-hop culture was born. For many young black Americans, music became a powerful way to climb out of poverty and break social barriers. Diddy, even as a student, showed a remarkable talent for music. At 21, Diddy dropped out of college in 1990 to intern at Uptown Records in New York. His charisma and talent quickly set him apart, and he rose to become the creative director and a high-level executive in the A&R department, which was responsible for scouting and training new talent. Diddy had a natural knack for spotting potential in people, a skill that would drive his success in the industry. In 1993, Diddy left Uptown Records, taking a few artists he'd discovered with him, and founded his own label, Bad Boy Records. The company quickly made a name for itself on the East Coast. Diddy launched the careers of stars like Mary J. Blige, Usher, and the notorious B.I.G., who brought in significant revenue each year. Meanwhile, Diddy also advanced his own hip-hop career. In 1997, he released his debut studio album, No Way Out, which sold 7 million copies and won the Grammy for Best Rap Album, solidifying his status as a leading figure in East Coast hip-hop. With hip-hop culture on the rise, rappers' fashion styles became popular among young people. Diddy capitalized on this trend by launching the clothing brand Sean John, merging hip-hop culture with fashion. Sean John quickly gained traction in the fashion world and was nominated for the Council of Fashion Designers of America's Menswear Designer of the Year in 2000, eventually winning in 2004. The brand made its way into major department stores, and by 2005, annual sales had exceeded $400 million. Diddy expanded the line to include fragrances and furniture. In 2007, Diddy became the spokesperson and investor for the vodka brand Ciroc, an investment that has continued to bring him substantial returns. He also ventured into television with his media company, Revolt TV, and even invested $10 million when Elon Musk acquired Twitter. In 2017, Diddy topped Forbes' list of the world's highest-earning celebrities with an income of $130 million. By 2022, his net worth had reached $1 billion, making him the richest figure in hip-hop. His influence and fame in the U.S. were almost unmatched. However, when privilege goes unchecked, crime will flourish. Diddy allegedly used his wealth and influence to distribute illegal, addictive substances to control the careers and economic potential of other artists. In her lawsuit, Cassie revealed that she couldn't speak to anyone about the things she endured with this powerful man. Reporting Diddy to the authorities wouldn't change his status or influence. It would only give him another reason to hurt her. The American entertainment industry has its own rules and ways of operating. For newcomers to access top-tier resources, they must first prove their loyalty, often by attending Diddy's notorious parties. Many young artists eager to break into the industry felt pressured to follow these rules, sacrificing their bodies for fame and record deals. After Diddy's scandal surfaced, some attentive netizens resurfaced an old video of Justin Bieber with Diddy, noting subtle but concerning implications. Justin Bieber, born in Ontario, Canada, was raised by his mother in a single-parent household after his parents separated when he was just 2 years old. In 2007, when Bieber was 13, his mom uploaded a video of him singing at a local competition to YouTube, just for family to enjoy. But it unexpectedly attracted a large fan base as YouTube gained popularity. The following year, Usher, a famous artist launched by Diddy, recognized Bieber's talent and signed him. Bieber moved to the US, received private tutoring, and took vocal lessons, beginning his professional music career and rapidly gaining worldwide fame. In his third year in the industry, Diddy, a major figure in hip-hop, took an interest in young Bieber, offering him guidance and opportunities. Like Cassie, young Justin Bieber saw this as a dream come true, never imagining the dark underbelly of the empire behind his mentor. And so, at just 15, Diddy became Justin Bieber's mentor. In a video from 2009, 15-year-old Justin Bieber is seen walking alongside 40-year-old Diddy. At one point, Diddy shows Justin a luxury car, telling him, "When you turn 16, this car will be yours, and when you're 18, you'll have a mansion." Justin looks at Diddy with pure admiration in his eyes. Diddy then goes on to tell Justin, "Usher signed you, and when Usher released his first album, I was his legal guardian. Now I'm not your legal guardian, but for the next 48 hours you'll be with me." When asked about their plans for those 48 hours, Diddy hints mysteriously, saying he couldn't reveal the details but assured Justin that it would be a dream for every teenager. Growing up without a father figure, Justin Bieber looked up to Diddy and Usher as role models who greatly influenced his path in life. Looking back now, that 2009 video gives off an unsettling vibe. One viewer even commented, "This video has been out for 14 years and it's only now that people are questioning it. That's crazy." Adding to the irony, in an interview, Usher was once asked if he would ever send his own kids to spend a summer with Diddy.
So you're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Hell no.
See?
Diddy brought Justin Bieber fame and wealth at a young age, but he also took away the gradual growth and normal adolescence Justin deserved. In 2014, Justin experienced one of the toughest years of his life, struggling with alcohol, fights, substance addiction, and multiple public incidents. His behavior became a hot topic, yet these actions may have been his way of expressing pain and frustration. Over time, Justin faced severe depression and anxiety and was later diagnosed with Lyme disease, which brought painful rashes, memory issues, fatigue, and made even getting out of bed difficult. In his song Lonely, Justin sings about feeling invisible in his struggles. Fortunately, with the help of friends, loved ones, and his support team, Justin started to find his way out of that dark place. He gave up addictive substances and began mending broken relationships. Reflecting in his documentary seasons, he opened up about the damage caused by entering the music industry too young.
It was hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn, and everyone, telling me they love me and, just turn their back on you in a second.
With Diddy's scandals coming to light, many fans believe Justin Bieber may be one of the victims in this situation. 10 years ago, in a reality show, Khloe Kardashian spoke with her sister, mentioning that she had attended one of Diddy's wild parties over the weekend. Khloe noted that Justin Bieber was also there, and half of the party guests were barely dressed.
The plane at 5:30 a.m. on this party. think half the people there were butt naked. You would have loved it.
In 2020, Justin Bieber released his music video for the song Yummy, and viewers are now re-watching it with new perspectives. They're finding some potentially symbolic scenes. For instance, in the beginning, Justin walks from a kitchen into a dining room where a band of musicians who appear to be underage is playing. Two middle-aged women with crowns are sitting in the restaurant, perhaps symbolizing politicians or even royalty rumored to attend Diddy's parties. Then Justin sits at a table and is served what looks like a simple slice of toast decorated with a cherry. Many viewers speculate this is a symbol with deeper meanings. Later, a server brings him a dish resembling green jelly, while the lyrics "Yummy Yummy" play in the background. Though the food looks oddly unappealing, fans wonder if this is a reference to illegal substances used at such parties. The most chilling part comes at the end of the video when, after finishing his meal, an image of young Justin appears in the middle of an empty plate with the word "Yummy" written on it. Fans speculate that Justin could be hinting at experiences from his youth. However, it's important to remember that these interpretations are purely fan theories. As of now, Justin Bieber has not publicly commented on Diddy's scandal. Anyone following the Diddy case has likely seen a guest list for Diddy's parties circulating online, especially on TikTok. The origin of this list is unknown, and its authenticity is questionable. The names on it are a who's who of America's top music, film, and fashion stars, but the two that stand out most are rapper Jay-Z and his wife, pop icon Beyoncé. Their status alone makes them notable, but Jay-Z and Diddy have also been close friends for years. Diddy once said publicly that only two people in the world could call him by his real name, Sean, his mom and Jay-Z. This close bond has led some fans to wonder if Jay-Z was aware of Diddy's alleged actions. However, speculation is just that. Neither Jay-Z nor Beyoncé has made any public statements about the Diddy situation, nor is there any verified evidence of their involvement in anything illegal. But as the scandal grows, bizarre conspiracy theories have surfaced online. One such theory claims Beyoncé has used her influence to sideline other rising female stars. For example, conspiracy theorists bring up the tragic plane crash of singer Aaliyah, who was a rising star at the same time Beyoncé was beginning her solo career. Some suggest, without any real evidence, that Beyoncé orchestrated Aaliyah's death out of jealousy. Another odd phenomenon fans have noticed is the "Thank Beyoncé" trend. They point out that many female artists, upon winning major music awards, thank Beyoncé in their speeches, whether she was involved in their album or not. For instance, in 2017, Adele tearfully dedicated her Grammy win for Album of the Year to Beyoncé, calling her her inspiration and the artist of my life.
My artist of my life is Beyoncé, and this album for me, the Lemonade album, was just so monumental. Beyoncé, it was so monumental.
When Lizzo won Record of the Year at the Grammys, she also emotionally thanked Beyoncé in her speech.
You changed my life. You sang that gospel medley, and the way you made me feel, I was like, I want to make people feel this way with my music. So thank you so much.
At the 2009 VMA Awards, Kanye West famously interrupted Taylor Swift's acceptance speech to say, Beyoncé had one of the best videos of all time.
Yo, Taylor, I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyoncé had one of the best videos of all time.
At the time, people thought Kanye was just being rude, but some fans now wonder if Kanye was trying to stand up for Taylor Swift. Ultimately, these are just theories and speculations without concrete evidence, but it's clear that the Diddy scandal has sparked a wide range of discussions and theories across the internet. With conspiracy theories swirling, many creative fans have started making jokes and memes. Although these theories are mostly baseless, Beyoncé lost 10 million followers on social media after Diddy's scandal broke. Whether or not she can fully distance herself from the situation remains to be seen. Beyond the charges filed by federal prosecutors, Diddy has also been linked to a few violent incidents over the years. His history of aggression is well documented by the public. In 1999, Diddy became furious when footage of him being crucified in Nas's Hate Me Now music video was aired without his permission. He went to Steve Stout's office to confront him and reportedly assaulted Stout with a champagne bottle, leaving him injured. Diddy was charged with second-degree assault and criminal mischief. In the end, they settled out of court, with Diddy paying Stout $500,000 and being required to attend a one-day anger management course. Later that year, in December, Diddy attended a party at Club New York in Times Square with his then-girlfriend Jennifer Lopez and his artist Shine. During the night, an argument broke out between Diddy and another patron, which escalated into a shooting that left 3 bystanders injured. Both Diddy and Shine were arrested and faced charges. In the trial that followed, Diddy was charged with illegal gun possession and bribery, but he was acquitted. Shine, however, was convicted of assault and illegal gun possession and served nearly a decade in prison. For years, rumors have circulated that Diddy may have been involved in hiring someone to kill the legendary West Coast rapper Tupac Shakur. Tupac, whose real name was Tupac Amaru Shakur, was an icon in the 1990s American West Coast hip-hop scene. However, on the night of September 7, 1996, while Tupac was in a car with his label head Suge Knight, the founder of Death Row Records, they stopped at a traffic light near the Las Vegas Strip. Suddenly, gunshots were fired and Tupac was hit 4 times. Although he was rushed to the hospital, he tragically passed away 6 days later at just 25 years old. His hit song California Love had been released less than a year before. The events that led to this tragic night trace back to the conflict between Tupac and Biggie, the face of East Coast rap. Biggie was signed to Bad Boy Records, founded by Diddy. Their feud symbolized the violent East Coast-West Coast rivalry that defined hip-hop in the 90s. Initially, Tupac, Diddy, and Biggie had a good relationship. Before joining Death Row Records, Tupac even gifted Biggie his first Rolex, and every time Tupac visited New York, he would spend time with Biggie and his crew. However, everything changed on November 30th, 1994. Tupac came to a recording studio in Times Square, New York, knowing that Biggie and Diddy were upstairs. He arrived without security, feeling comfortable on Biggie's turf. But as Tupac prepared to enter the elevator, 3 unknown men ambushed him at gunpoint, demanding he get down. Tupac resisted and tried to pull his own gun, but he was outmatched, shot, beaten, and robbed. Pretending to be dead saved his life, and once the attackers left, Tupac crawled into the elevator and went upstairs to seek help from Biggie and Diddy. Not long after, rumors began to spread in New York, suggesting that Biggie and Diddy had prior knowledge of the attack. Although Diddy and Biggie claimed to have shown genuine concern for Tupac afterward, Tupac no longer trusted them. He felt that even if Biggie wasn't behind it, it was Biggie's responsibility to find out who attacked him. But instead, he got vague answers. During this time, Tupac was facing legal troubles, sentenced for an assault charge with a $3 million bail, a sum he couldn't afford. Feeling betrayed and desperate, Tupac turned to Suge Knight, the powerful head of Death Row Records on the West Coast. Suge promised to bail him out if he would sign with Death Row, and Tupac agreed. But this put Tupac directly in the middle of the East Coast-West Coast feud, as Diddy and Suge were longtime rivals. In February 1995, Biggie released a new track, Who Shot Ya? Though Biggie denied the song was about Tupac, the timing of its release led Tupac to believe it was a targeted diss. In response, Tupac dropped Hit 'Em Up a year later, openly attacking Biggie in the lyrics, claiming he had slept with Biggie's wife and accusing Biggie of stealing his style and techniques. The track intensified the East Coast-West Coast feud, pushing it into all-out war. Then on September 7, 1996, after watching a boxing match with Suge Knight at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, Tupac and his crew were at a stoplight on the Las Vegas Strip when they were ambushed in a drive-by shooting. 6 days later, Tupac succumbed to his injuries. 6 months after Tupac's death, another shocking incident occurred. Biggie went to the West Coast to promote his upcoming album, Life After Death, but he was ambushed on the streets of Los Angeles. He was shot multiple times and died on the spot. Within a short period, both coasts had lost their iconic figures, and the truth behind the shootings remains a mystery to this day. Many believe that the people behind Tupac and Biggie's deaths came from the opposite coast. In 2018, Suge Knight, then 53 years old, was sentenced to 28 years in prison for an unrelated murder charge. In the end, Diddy emerged as the sole survivor from that brutal era, rising to become a dominant figure in the music industry. However, in late September 2023, the U.S. police arrested Dwayne Keefe D. Davis, a former gang leader long suspected of involvement in Tupac's murder. During a July 2023 raid on Dwayne's home, police found a memoir in which he described sitting in the front passenger seat on the night of the murder. He wrote that he handed a gun to his nephew, Orlando Anderson, in the back seat, who then shot Tupac. In an interrogation recording, Dwayne claimed that Diddy had offered him $1 million to take out Tupac. Dwayne is scheduled to stand trial in November this year. Naturally, Diddy denies Dwayne's accusations, calling the story outrageous and full of lies. Over the years, several rappers have made subtle or even open references to Diddy's possible connection to Tupac's death. Eminem's track Kill Shot includes a line lyric saying that the day Diddy admits that he put the hit out that got Pac killed.
Cal's the day you put out a hits, the day Diddy admits that he put the hit out that got Pac killed,
Rapper 50 Cent once said in a performance, he doesn't like Diddy because he killed Tupac. There are even conspiracy theories online linking Diddy to other celebrity deaths. For instance, some claim Kobe Bryant attended one of Diddy's infamous parties shortly before his tragic helicopter crash, where he allegedly witnessed disturbing secrets. But such rumors are baseless and remain purely speculative. This brings up a question many people may be wondering. How did Diddy manage to stay untouchable for so long, and why are his alleged crimes surfacing now? Diddy's recent federal charges bear an eerie resemblance to those against Jeffrey Epstein, who used his wealth and influence to run a hidden trafficking operation. Some speculate that Diddy similarly used his music and business empire to conceal trafficking, using drugs and videos to control people and cater to the elite. Additionally, some American netizens believe that the timing of these revelations might be politically motivated, given the upcoming election. Diddy has long-standing ties with several prominent Democrats. On September 19th, Fox News published an article titled, "Reviewing Harris, Obama, and Diddy's Efforts to Advance Democracy," with a subtitle noting, "For decades, prominent Democrats have maintained close connections with Diddy." The article mentions figures like Vice President Kamala Harris, former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, former President Barack Obama, and New York Mayor Eric Adams, noting Diddy's long-standing ties with them as one of the most visible celebrity supporters of the Democratic Party. In early October 2024, Elon Musk appeared in an interview with American media personality Tucker Carlson. During the discussion, Musk mentioned that both Diddy and Jeffrey Epstein reportedly possess thousands of hours of recorded footage. He hinted that these recordings might have been used to control celebrities and influential individuals, implying that a deep state within the U.S. might be leveraging unethical means to influence public figures. Musk's statements drew widespread attention and discussion. He pointed out that Epstein allegedly used recordings as a tool to control high-profile individuals, and the recent scandals surrounding Diddy seem to reveal a similar pattern. Musk believes that these actions expose deeper issues within America's power structure.
You know, I think part of why Kamala is getting so much support is that if Trump wins, that Epstein client list is going to become public. And some of those billionaires behind Kamala are terrified of that outcome.
Yeah. Do you think Reid Hoffman's uncomfortable?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Gates.
Yeah.
Musk also mentioned he believes one reason Harris is getting so much support is because if Trump wins, this list will be made public. He added that some billionaires backing Harris are afraid of this outcome. Among them, Musk specifically named LinkedIn co-founder Reid Hoffman and Microsoft founder Bill Gates. With the election heating up, Diddy's scandal has dropped like a bombshell, and both Republicans and Democrats seem poised to seize this moment. The Republicans aim to turn Diddy's case into a second Epstein Island scandal, hoping to expose recordings and lists of attendees from Diddy's parties, aiming to take down the Democrats. Meanwhile, Democrats might be holding on to these recordings to gain leverage over influential figures and secure their support for Harris. An interesting detail is that it wasn't local police who raided Diddy's mansion in March, but Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas, a Democrat. And it was the FBI who arrested Diddy despite its tense relationship with the Republican candidate Trump after the Mar-a-Lago raid. Given Diddy's connections to prominent Democrats, some American netizens have speculated that Democrats might be trying to take control of Diddy before the Republicans can leverage his case against them. Of course, these are just theories circulating online. Notably, the lawyer representing 120 victims in the lawsuit against Diddy, Tony Busby, has hinted that the case involves many powerful people and disturbing secrets. He has promised to reveal more names after the election. One thing is clear, the Diddy case is far from over and more explosive details will likely emerge. Hopefully, Diddy won't meet a fate like Epstein's, whose death left many questions unanswered. Only by facing trial can the empire behind Diddy's alleged crimes be fully exposed and dismantled. That's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.